Hello from San Miguel de Allende.
Today we are so happy and so excited for finally being able to show you this whole new chapter of Tangerine Travels, going to many different places here in Mexico.
And today we're going to show you why people are crazy about this incredible city. When you're in San Miguel, something you cannot miss is going up to a rooftop to at least have a cocktail, or in this case we're having both a cocktail and lunch here at Soriano 18 by Vicente. So Vicente is a chain of steakhouses. We've actually been to the one at Anteamal in Querétaro, and we really enjoy that place, so we decided to come here, and the view we have from our table is spectacular.
Something I didn't expect is that even when we've been to this restaurant in Querétaro, I already can notice some differences between both restaurants, like pretty good differences. So let's take a look on what's going next, because now I'm excited about it.
Me too, me too.
De hormiga, viene con grasa de ribeye, viene con tuétano en la parte de adentro y viene con epazote. El escamol como tal es un platillo muy exótico de México. Pocos restaurantes lo manejan, ya que su preparación tiene que ser muy exacta para que sepa bien. Tiene un sabor muy profundo, muy fuerte, pero a la vez también está muy rico. Si quieren probar algo diferente,
es como
sí
caviar.
Como caviar.
Sí.
Pero no es hueva de pescado, es hueva de hormiga. Pero es básicamente lo mismo.
Ok, muy bien. Vamos a comenzar con los escamoles, por favor.
Perfecto.
Ok, gracias. Salud.
A beverage I ordered for something called Lord Grey, which is actually a mocktail, means it doesn't have any alcohol, and it says it's pineapple juice with lemongrass and a tea. Actually, I'm pretty surprised because it says that it has some sugar, but now that I'm drinking it, actually it doesn't have any sugar, so it's pretty refreshing. I'm loving it, and yeah, I could definitely order this again.
So I ordered a drink called Midnight in Paris, and it has Remy Martin, a banana liqueur, a pineapple liqueur, and then what else? One more thing, kefir. Kefir?
Kefir.
I don't know how to say that word. How do you say it?
Kefir.
Kefir?
No.
Okay. Alright. Definite prominent banana flavor. Okay. First, I taste the banana, and then comes the pineapple, but I don't taste the alcohol. I'm sure it has alcohol, it's just a very well balanced drink. One of my favorite things about San Miguel de Allende is all of the awesome restaurant options. There are so many incredible places to eat in this city with food from anywhere in the world that you want. So I highly recommend you check out some of the spectacular restaurants here in the city. Vamos a compartir tapa de ribeye de 750 gramos.
750, ok. ¿Qué término les gustaría? Se recomienda el término medio, pero no se puede.
Okay. For our appetizer today, we got escamoles, which it's kind of hard to find on menus, and when you do, it's pretty darn expensive. Like this little appetizer is 390 pesos, so that's pretty typical, right? Like it's always pretty pricey.
Yeah, actually escamoles, for the one who doesn't know what are they, are basically known all over the world as a Mexican caviar. So escamole, it's like a Nahuatl word, which basically means like ant puree, but are the larvae of a species of ants. And you can think like, oh, it might be gross or something, but no, actually their flavor is so soft, and when it's cooked or combined with some other things like epazote or butter or garlic, the taste is amazing.
And in this case, I think it has all of those things, epazote, garlic, and butter, right?
Yeah, and also here they are accompanying the escamoles with bone marrow, which is one of our favorite things, like when we're going to steakhouse.
Yeah, so we're going to put some of these in a tortilla and kind of eat them like a taco. All right, let us know what you think of this.
amazing. You should try it, for real. I wanted to say that some months ago we went to a restaurant at Querétaro Centro and they sold escamoles, and I insisted like 10 times that he should try it, and he said no, I'm gonna hate that, and I was like no.
And I was like, you're crazy.
Really? Yeah, he was like, you're so crazy, and he was giving me a bad look that, yeah, why are you trying to do the meat? And I was like, no, come on, you should try it. And he didn't want to try it, so I'm glad he had this chance today, because it's one of the things that you honestly must have when you are coming to Mexico in these rainy seasons, because you won't be able to find escamoles unless it's the rainy season. So if you are here, give it a try.
I didn't realize it was a seasonal thing. So it's only for part of the year?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay, I had no idea. Okay, insect caviar. I'm a little scared. Okay, I'll just do it. Wow. Okay, gonna be honest, I hated the thought of it, but the taste is amazing. This tastes so, so good. I would have thought that ants were having babies all year long.
Yes, but this is for a specific species of hormiga, yeah, of ants. So those are, you can just find it on the rainy season.
So, do you think like the ants are more romantic during the rainy season, or?
It's because the señor was looking at me and yeah, it's because you were saying that you thought that the ants were having babies all year, and I said yes, but they become more romantic during the rainy season.
Tapa de 7.50, podemos filetearla.
For a long time, I've been wanting to try a rib cap, and today here we got a 750 gram rib cap, and the price of it, it's pretty steep, but for what it is, it's still a pretty good price. But it's 1,650 pesos for 750 grams, and if you speak ounces, that's about 26 ounces.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's so good, but it's different.
Is it juicy? Is it flavorful?
Yes, it's juicy and it's flavorful, but it's different. You should try it.
All right, first time trying tapa de ribeye or rib cap. Very easy to chew. Okay, that bite I had was pretty charred. I would like to try one that isn't so cooked. That was from the very end. I like it. I like it a lot. When staying at this Airbnb, you not only have access to this gigantic, amazing house, but there's also all this really cool landscaping in the backyard. There's a jacuzzi right down there. Here's a fire pit as well. And up here, there's a place for meditation and all sorts of paths that wind around the backyard here. Our room is located inside of a villa a little outside of San Miguel de Allende. This place is gorgeous. They spared no expense on this place, down to the amazing blinds here, to this beautiful 4-poster king-size bed with like built-in marble or some kind of rock, and then all of these details in this wood. They must have spent a fortune furnishing this place. And then you have these gorgeous chandeliers, a nice fireplace. In here, recessed into the wall, is a nice armoire. This has been really great to have, and there's another armoire over there. I'll take you into the bathroom here. really unique look to this place and the furniture. They have a certain look that they're going for. Man, oh man, did they nail it. Just beautiful. So we come in here. One of my favorite parts of this place is this private jacuzzi. And the lights can change color if you want in here. And right next to the jacuzzi, you have the shower right here. But then you can open up these windows and have views out to this beautiful, beautiful yard. And then right out here is the shared jacuzzi, but since there's only 3 rooms that are rented in this whole villa, you pretty much get that shared jacuzzi to yourself whenever you want to use it. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's so many pretty details to this place. And now we're staying here, so we have some of our stuff around, but man, oh man, am I enjoying my stay here. Oh, but I almost forgot to show you. Out here we have a little private patio that we can come and sit and have a cocktail or just enjoy the nature out here in these beautiful views. I love it. I don't know about you, but we like to eat. And one of the great things about San Miguel is for the size of the city, I think this place might have the best restaurant scene in all of Mexico. And there are no shortage of amazing restaurants. So today for lunch, we're gonna go to a place that's new to us, but highly recommended. So for lunch today, we're at this place called Zebu Allende, and it's inside one of the most expensive hotels in the city called Live Aqua. I really like the atmosphere in here. There's nice subtle music playing, and just feels good to be in here. So I was just looking at our menus, and I noticed that I'm like, oh, here's cauliflower tacos and shrimp tacos. And then I realized it was in English. And then I look over here and I see that hers is in Spanish. So they just assumed that I speak English. They assumed that you speak Spanish. Come on, does she look any more Mexican than I do? ¿Qué vas a querer, ma?
Yo te encargo de ola de aguacate.
Hola, okay. Para mí, los tacos de cauliflower, por favor. Okay, our food arrived about 15 minutes ago, but we had a little bit of an allergy scare that I'll tell you about in a little bit, but we haven't eaten any of this yet. Well, I got the cauliflower tacos. They look really good. It's rare that I find cauliflower tacos, so that's why I wanted to try it since it was something different. But Mai's food looks really interesting.
I ordered something that it's called avocado wave, which is basically a tuna ceviche that also has watermelon and green apple, that it's covered or rolled with avocado slices. It actually looks like a sushi roll, like a sushi roll, but
it really does.
Without the rice. So I'm really excited to try it, even though I don't want to cut it because it's so pretty.
Seriously,
it
it's super pretty.
has a lot of flowers on the top, so I'm loving that. And I think they said that it also had a chipotle sauce surrounding it, so let's try it. Oh, it's so soft. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, wow. Look at that.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a mess. Gosh, I love it. The flavor is so soft, but I can perfectly taste the watermelon and tuna and the avocado. I can feel the separated flavors. So
how about the apple? Or what do you have, apple?
I can feel the apple, but because it's so crunchy, but I cannot taste it. So I think it's the apple. Actually, when the green apple used to be like sour, this one is so sweet because I cannot feel it or taste it. But actually, I'm loving this. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me give mine a try. Put some of this on. Okay, I'm excited for this. So I'm still hungry after these tacos, but they were really good. A little bit of spiciness, a nice amount of crunchiness, and a great flavor profile as well. And then I love the creamy sauce that comes along with it. I would definitely get these again. Would you get yours again, Mai?
Yeah, definitely. But I also think that I have enough space for something sweet.
Oh,
because it was so light. I mean, no carbs actually there. It was so healthy. I love it. I would like to have it again, but something's missing.
We got this dessert called trenza crujiente, and trenza actually translates to braids, as in hair braids, because it's the shape of the bread.
So this is basically a freshly baked puff pastry with a filling of cream cheese and a quincy paste. We call it here ate de membrillo. I don't know if you know what ate is, but it's actually a dessert that we usually eat with some kind of cheese. And in this case, I didn't know, but actually ate is not a Mexican dessert. It's a very common Middle East dessert, and it was brought to Mexico by the people from Spain. So that's why it's so typical now in Mexican cuisine.
Okay, and if you're not familiar with ate, that's spelled A-T-E, and if you've ever been in Mexico in January during Three Kings Day, it's sold in every single store, and it's usually this bread that's in an oval shape, and it has these slices of like red and green ate on the top of it.
It can be made for many different fruits, but the more common are quincy and guava, but it can also be made from different kinds of berries. And it's like
what'd you say? What and guava?
Guava and a quincy, which is membrillo.
Oh, I don't know that word.
Yeah, and actually it's like the pulp of the fruit, which is baked with a lot of sugar, and you let it like cook all the time and moving all the time, so you can have like a very sticky paste, and then you just let it stir and cool down, and you have like a jello but more thicker. So that's basically ate.
Okay, well, let's dig in here.
I'm gonna try with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. I thought it was going to be quincy ate or quincy paste, but it's actually guava. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of guava, but it's good. I really like it. Yeah.
Okay, let me get a bite of this. Of ice cream. I love this.
Yes.
I like this a lot. It kind of tastes like some kind of sweet bread. Not a croissant. My first thought was a croissant. Yeah. But of course, like with vanilla bean ice cream and
yeah, it tastes like a croissant because it's made with the same pastry, which croissants are made.
Okay. Cool.
So it's like a croissant with a very sweet filling on it.
Yeah.
So and it's a little bit hot right now, so it's really good.
When we got to that restaurant, one of the first things the hostess asked us, I cannot say that word. One of the first things the hostess asked us was if we had any allergies, and I said yes, that I'm allergic to avocado and walnuts. Well, we sit down at the table and they bring out some complimentary bread for us, and I take a bite of one of the pieces of bread and pretty soon realize that it has walnuts in it. Well, that gives me an anaphylactic reaction. It's not so bad that it's life-threatening, but it's bad enough to be very, very uncomfortable, and sometimes bad enough to make me pretty scared. Well, what works for me when this happens is Benadryl. Benadryl takes care of the problem and allows me to breathe again, but we didn't have any on us.
So the first thing that I thought I should do was to ask for help, because I didn't know where was a pharmacy or something close.
Yeah.
So I went with the hostess and tell her everything that was happening. So she called the manager, and luckily she went and gave us the medicine he needed.
Yeah, they went out shopping and found Benadryl for me. So That was really nice. They were very, very apologetic and were trying to do anything they could to help me out. And then at the end, they comped our entire bill, which was also nice. When it comes to what I thought of the place overall though, I loved that restaurant aside from the whole allergy issue. What did you think of it?
The food was excellent, and also something that I really appreciate and I really like about it is that people were so over the top kind with us. They were asking all the time, like every 5 minutes, how he was feeling, and for me that was that made me feel so relieved, because honestly I've never been in that kind of situation, so I feel supported all the time, so I really appreciate it from them.
But as for the restaurant, I liked the atmosphere. I thought the food was great. So, yeah, I'd go back there.
We were walking down the street and we found this alley that actually made me be so surprised, because it has a lot of colorful murals, and I'm a huge fan of hummingbirds, so I'm really loving this because it's a purple hummingbird with a lot of colors and a lot of flowers everywhere, so I want to stay here. It's such a lovely place.
I'll tell you what, that's one thing I love about San Miguel is all the colorful buildings and the murals. It's very much an artistic place. It's kind of like an artist's paradise. There's a lot of art galleries. In fact, we're headed to one right now. So as we were driving into San Miguel, Mai pointed out this mural and she's like, oh my gosh, that's painted by one of my favorite artists, and the signature on it was called Los Calladitos.
Which in Spanish, callado means a people or a person that doesn't speak much.
She showed me some of their work on Instagram, and as it turns out, they have a gallery here in San Miguel.
We decided to come to this gallery, which is called Galeria Curandero, because once I saw this mural artist on Instagram and I fell in love with them.
So we wanted to go check out the gallery today, but unfortunately, they're closed. Something I love about San Miguel is that it's super pretty down almost every street. I love the architecture here, just the look of the facades and the sidewalks and everything. Although I don't really particularly like the functionality of the sidewalks, they look nice. But yeah, this has got to be one of the most picturesque cities in the whole country.
After a long time in town at San Miguel, we decided to do something different.
Yeah, so we came out to Hacienda San Jose La Vista, which is a little bit outside of the city, but it's this gorgeous vineyard out here. And at this vineyard, if you go into this building right here, up where these windows are, right there, well, they have a restaurant called Tarragon. By the way, if you want to come to Tarragon, be sure to call ahead and make a reservation before coming here, because otherwise you might not get through the front gate of the vineyard. And at the front gate of the vineyard, you're going to ring the call button and say reservación para whatever your name is.
Another little bit advice: if you decide to come here, never ever come with heels.
Yeah.
I brought stilettos.
You're being very careful, but walking on these rocks is no joke in heels, and you don't even have high heels on. These are fairly low heels. Anyway, wear something other than heels. We just had dinner there. I had the fettuccine, he had the risotto with seafood. The entrees are a little pricier because I mean it's a nice ambiance you have here, and they're about 300 to 400 pesos each, but you have great views and it's a nice change of scenery from the city. Look how pretty it is back here in this vineyard. How you doing, Mai?
I have become a pro on walking with heels.
Over rocks.
I honestly shouldn't. I'm so irresponsible because I perfectly know that I shouldn't be wearing heels with my injury. But honestly, I never thought that it was going to be this far. And second, that we were going to have to walk. And Jordan asked me if I want him to carry me on, but honestly I didn't, because I'm wearing a pretty short dress. And that was going to be a mess. So here with my dignity on,
oh my God.
I'm walking. with heels.
And hopefully no broken ankles.
Yeah, and my ankle is perfectly fine. So I'm proud of myself. I'm going to be more responsible next time.
If I'm drinking a margarita, I want the alcohol flavor and I want the lime. I want the whole flavor. I want a balanced profile. So you go to the United States and you go to the Costco and you get to buy that Jose Cuervo Gold. You know what? That's not a great margarita. It's not a great margarita. They sell it, it's a blend, and it's not terrific.
We're doing a tequila tasting at La Chispa tonight, and this is the first one. This is direct from still, so it's 55% alcohol. So as Dina described it, basically they chop up the plant, they throw it in the oven, they put it through the still, or like it goes through the fermentation process, they put it through the still, and then the test says, okay, this isn't going to kill you, you can drink it. It might kill me though. Yeah, that's smooth. You want to try?
So you want to do a nice Blanco. And the Blanco is 0, you can actually put it out 0 to 2 months old, okay?
Next is Blanco, Herradura Blanco. This is the original Herradura. When the company started back in the 1800s, this is what they were producing, and they still make the same thing to this day. So this one's 46% alcohol. It's still going to be pretty strong, but not quite as sharp as the direct from still. But give that a try. Yeah, I mean, it still has bite to it, but it's definitely smoother than the direct from still. In this tequila tasting, we're going all the way through from direct from still to the most aged, the extra añejo. So next is the plata, so a little bit smoother, 38% alcohol.
This is reposado, and this is rested, and this is anywhere from 2 to 12 months would constitute a reposado.
All right, now we're doing the reposado, aged, was it 6 months to 11 months, something like that, I forget.
It tastes like wood.
Like wood? Mm-hmm. Do you do a lot of eating wood?
No, but you can smell the wood. It tastes like that.
Now finally, we're on to one of my favorites. This is Herradura Añejo. So here for me, a reposado still has too much of a bite, but when you get to Añejo, it's going to be a lot smoother. This is one I can sip on, and I can sip on and enjoy it. The rest of those, when I'm sipping on them, I'm just like trying to get them down, you know. Now we're on to another one of my favorites. This is Herradura Ultra. So this is the añejo, but it's filtered and now it's clear. And if I remember correctly from the tour I did at the Herradura Hacienda, they add a little bit of agave syrup to this one to give it a little bit of sweetness. This is one of my favorite tequilas. All right, now we're up to the extra añejo, which to be extra añejo, it has to be aged at least 3 years. So this is where you get into the really expensive tequilas. We're talking a couple $100 or more a bottle, right? But there's a little twist here. They gave us 2 of them. One's Herradura Selección Suprema, and then the other is some other kind of extra añejo. And we're supposed to taste them both and say which one we like more. Ah, that's so smooth. That's good stuff. Okay, I really like that one. Have you tried them both?
Yes.
And what do you think? I've only tried number 1.
I tried both. The second one tastes more like vanilla or something like that.
Okay.
It's more sweet than the first one.
Do you prefer it?
I don't know if I prefer it. They're just different.
Okay. I'll try the second. Oh, I can smell the vanilla notes before I even taste it. I feel like number 2 has a little bit more of a bite after sipping it. I don't know which one I prefer.
So hard to choose. I think I prefer the second one.
I can tell the difference in the smell, especially. But you prefer the second one, and I'm torn. I don't know. I don't have a preference. Everyone in the room tried number 1 and tried number 2. And most people in the room said they preferred number 2. And then they dropped the bomb on us that number 1 is triple the price of the one that most people preferred. This was, number 1 was Herradura Selección Suprema, and then number 2 was a brand that very few people have ever heard of. A lot of times when you buy the fancy bottle with the fancy packaging, you're paying for that. And yeah, the cheaper one and the one that most people preferred had kind of an ugly bottle, no fancy packaging, nothing like that, but a third of the price. When you come to Mexico, everything's going to be totally different. The language, the culture, your sights and sounds, everything. So you're going to want to go home at the end of the day and visit your favorite websites. Well, a lot of those, when you go to visit them, they'll be in Spanish. Like for example, when I go to yahoo.com when I'm in Mexico, it gives me all Spanish articles and the news in Mexico. But to change this, I can activate a VPN and locate myself virtually back in the United States, and then yahoo.com turns back into English and news articles for the United States. If you'd like to check out my favorite VPN, you can go to tangerinevpn.com. That's my affiliate link and it will take you right there. They're running a sale right now. It's 83% off plus 3 extra months free. Again, that's tangerinevpn.com. We're now wrapping up our trip here, and I can honestly say that this is the single best Airbnb I've ever stayed in. This house is amazing, the room is gorgeous, the property as a whole is amazing, the hosts are great as well. I loved having Dennis as a bartender, making really unique drinks, eating Dina's breakfast every morning. The whole experience has been amazing, and it's about a quarter of the cost of staying at the Rosewood in San Miguel with a similar level of luxury here. So if you're coming to San Miguel, I recommend you check out La Chispa.